some of the services not provided to the schools, and Jonathan, you start
Okay.
this one, that would have to be curtailed due to budget constraints
Some of the services that are provided right now
right now?
that will have to be.
Probably, if, budget constraints of the type we have right now continue.
Well, over the years, there have been various services curtailed, some of which happened back in the 1990s. There was foreign language in the elementary schools for a number of years, and then that was discontinued. I think going forward, I think what we need to do is to find ways, creative ways, initially, without trying to cut main programs, is to lower costs through health insurance savings. Moving to the GIC, as discussed before, I think is a way to save money without changing services to anyone. Engage in public-private partnerships where we do more with other schools and do better with fundraising in terms of bringing money into our school system. And also save money on energy through energy conservation. We are paying a lot of money for our old school buildings, and we have undertaken a major effort to save money through energy conservation. Now, I can tick off many other ways we can help save money without cutting into programs, but after that, it gets to what our priorities are. And our priorities are really in the classroom. The classroom experience is the most important thing. So we need to figure out, then going forward, is what other efforts and that are going on in the school system that maybe are not core to providing excellence in the classroom would need to be curtailed. We also, as many of you know, we do charge fees, and we charge fees for school buses and for some other extracurricular activities. Our fees are not skyrocketed compared to many other communities, and I think we should try to keep them under control. But that is something that's always discussed every year when you're looking at cutting such thing as an athletic program. So we'll have to continue to look at those, make those balancing choices. Is that it?
Okay.
Okay, so same question, right?
Mhm.
All right, first of all, let me make a comment about fees. Fees don't raise a particularly significant amount of money. They're kind of a drop in the bucket in the school budget. I'm a great believer in fees if they're used to help change people's behavior. So for example, if we think it doesn't make sense for high school kids to be driving cars to school, and we want to institute a steep parking fee to discourage that behavior, I'm all for that. But using fees to try to close a budget gap or something like that, I mean, it just isn't going to work. So fees are, I think we should use fees as a way to modify behavior, not as a way to fund the school system. I'm also a little bit, I love the fact that everybody wants to help the schools and that people are looking to get donations and things like that. But counting on the Newton Schools Foundation to deliver $3 million of our budget every year sounds a little risky to me. What happens if it stops, right? Then we have a $3 million gap. I think that the school system should be supplying the materials to the schools. I don't think that the PTOs should be buying copiers. I think that the schools need to understand what their cost structure is and adequately fund it. So in terms of things that have been cut, I mean, we have been cutting. Sadly, if we don't fix the cost structure within our schools and get things balanced, we're going to be cutting a lot more. And I think we've gone through contortions to protect programs that we value. And I think that's great because we value them. But we've been cutting behind the scenes. We've been cutting maintenance. We've been cutting administrative staff. And that's been causing the teachers to suffer in the end, although we have preserved programs which we value. So I think the answer to the question is we have to stop cutting. We have to fix the root cause of the problem. And then we have to maintain discipline to keep that cost structure in line so that when we come into good times, we don't balloon up so that the next hard time we have to start cutting again.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.